Hello, welcome back to Digital Marketing for Coaches and Consultants. I'm your host, Dr. Terry Levine from Heartrepreneur. And today I just want to talk a little bit about websites. And the reason I bring websites up is over the past week, I have been reviewing websites of clients, both in the software as a service industry, coaches and consultants, and some course creators. And I've been doing it just as a favor in my Facebook group when people have been asking. And what I'm noticing is that most of the websites that I have seen actually lack a strong headline. And a strong headline on your landing page, which is the home page, is essential because the headline of your page, it's going to be read 5 to 10 times more than anything else that sits on the page. It determines if the reader keeps reading your page. It shows them exactly what your page is about. It shows them why they should actually care what your page is about. And if you think about this, there's so much distraction going on. There's marketing messages all around us. There's marketing messages everywhere. If your headline doesn't grab them and pull them in and have them take notice, then most likely they're not going to be that interested in looking further on what is on your page. So how do you write the best headline? Well, the first principle is your headline has to have your biggest benefit right there front and center first. Why does that work? Well, what that does is it grabs the attention of your audience. It pulls them in. It shows them exactly what is in it for them. Why should they stop doing what they're doing in their busy lives and listen to you? So that's one piece of your headline that's important. The second principle is that headline, when done really, really well, it creates intrigue, it creates curiosity, and that really works because as human beings, generally speaking, we are curious. We want to know the answers to things. So when we spark curiosity in our headlines, it's a really, really good way not only to get the attention of your audience, actually to get them to read more. So, here's an example of a really good headline. How are women over 30 shedding 10 pounds in 2 weeks without difficult restrictive diets? That's a curiosity headline. That's an example that you can model. Let me give you the third principle of why you need a strong headline. The headline has to be about the visitor, not about you, not about your services, not about your products. Why does that work? Your visitor's attention, as I said a little bit before, getting them is really difficult. Once they're on the page, their attention is very, very scarce. They don't want to stay and give you their precious attention. So you can't spend a bunch of time talking about yourself. What they care about is, what can you do for me? And the best way to do that is to help them immediately. Nobody cares about what you do. Nobody cares about what I do. They care, what can this do for me? Okay, so discover, a good example could be something like, discover how business owners are able to create passive income and have a life of freedom. Okay, I'm just making that up in the moment. That's an example that, again, makes it about the visitor, not about me. The fourth principle is, if you can, use numbers and statistics. This is a really important piece. Claims that you make are more believable if you have real numbers behind you. Something like show exactly how many people are using your software, how many clients you've worked with, or the actual number of reviews you have, or how long you've been in an industry. An example might, I think it's good to teach by example. So I'm trying to teach you by example here as much as possible. An example might be the 7 deadly mistakes that you make when you set up your business, something like that. Another principle is, when you make claims, keep them honest, keep them realistic. I'm so put off, and I'm sure you are too, when you go to a website and, there's just some ridiculous claims. There's a fine line here between creating a really great headline, the way I'm teaching you, and one that just goes too far. I saw one that, the other day that just wasn't believable. And a believable one could be one like I have. I've worked with over 7,200 students in whatever this is, 35 years, and helped them create 6-figure incomes. That's realistic, okay? It's how long I've been in the industry. It's how many clients I've worked with. Another principle is when you do write or when you have video or audio on your website, make sure that it all has conviction. Your headline has to have conviction too, right? So the headline comes first and the reader has to notice you through conviction. If you play it kind of middle of the road, you're going to be like everyone else and visitors don't take notice. So I saw a headline the other day on a website that said, try our software for 30 days. And if it doesn't improve your conversion rate by 20%, we'll give you the software for free until it does. Got me curious. That's what we've been talking about. Another principle, I think I'm on number 8 here, is convey benefits. However, do it in as few words as possible. You don't want to have these big, long, crazy headline. The headline needs to be really easy to read. Take any words out that aren't essential. Something like energy-saving light bulbs. Keep your house lit perfectly. Very simple, very clear headline. I think we're on principle 9. Use powerful words in your headline, words that actually trigger emotion. Words that are heard every single day are power words, and these are very important words. Things like alarming, amazing, breakthrough, discover, fascinating, guaranteed, miracle, outrageous, secret. So I use something called coschedule.com, and there they list power words. So you want to use power words. Now, the alarming mistake is also a good headline. I use this quite a bit. The alarming mistake that you're making in your business that's costing you a fortune. Or discover the one simple change that can bring you a conveyor belt of qualified prospects. Another headline I've used is uncover the business consulting secrets that no one wants you to know, something like that. Principle number 10, call out your specific audience, call out your exact demographic so that the visitor immediately goes, oh, you're speaking to me. This is for me. So I've had things like what every agency owner needs to know about getting hundreds of qualified prospects every month. So I hope those have helped. By the way, in my best-selling book, The Conversion Equation, you can get it on Amazon or anywhere you want. That book gives you a lot of samples of headlines and how to write them. I'm glad you're here. Keep tuning in for digital marketing for coaches and consultants, and subscribe to the show. Give us a great review. We appreciate you. Thanks for joining us today here at Digital Marketing for Coaches and Consultants. Bye for now.